All right, if you could raise your right hand for me, please. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
First name is Alex, Alex. Last name is Chavez, Chawe.
All right, state you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. How are you currently employed?
With the San Antonio Police Department.
How long have you been employed with the San Antonio Police Department?
About 2.5 years as an officer.
What is your current position with the San Antonio Police Department?
I'm a patrolman.
Have you been a patrolman the entirety of your employment with the San Antonio Police Department?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a certified peace officer?
Yes, ma'am.
What does that entail?
Getting certified by TCOL, the Law Enforcement Commission.
And how does one obtain TCOL certification?
There's schoolings that you can go to that's provided through TCOL with the San Antonio Police Department. We do our own schooling through our academy.
Approximately how long is this schooling?
With San Antonio Police Department, it's about 8 months.
What was your position on March 7th, 2025?
I was a patrolman
Patrolman. What area were you assigned?
on the south side of San Antonio.
Geographically speaking, what portion of, so you said south side, geographically speaking, are there any markers that help define that boundary of the south side?
Yes, on our computer system, we have designated districts for officers.
So can you describe it based on like highways or to give us a better picture of what encompasses the south side patrol area?
Anything below 90, highway 90.
Approximately how many officers are assigned to a patrol district at one time?
Per district, just one, but as the entirety of the south side, it's about 30 officers.
Okay. And do all these officers work the same shift?
That are assigned to that shift, yes.
Okay. What shift were you working on March 7th, 2025?
B shift, our evening shift, 1:30 to 9:30.
And that PM?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Are you familiar with the case under SAPD 25045709?
Yes, ma'am.
What case is that?
That is the fraudulent use.
How did you get involved in that case?
I was dispatched.
What does it mean to be dispatched?
Whenever a call taker gets a 911 call, the dispatchers then dispatch designated officers to those districts.
And then how is it determined which officer is dispatched to a potential location?
If it's in their district, the district officer will go, but if no one's available, just whoever they can send that direction.
Does it depend on like proximity to the area?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, okay. Do you recall where you were dispatched on March 7th, 2025?
Not the exact address, but it was the Bank of Wells Fargo.
But that bank was in the south side, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And is that in Bear County?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So on this call in particular, were you the only officer assigned?
No, ma'am.
Who else was assigned to the call?
Officer McFadden.
Okay, so when you arrived to the scene, who arrived first?
Officer McFadden was first on scene.
Okay, approximately how much longer after did you arrive? Do you remember?
Less than a minute, I believe.
Okay. And were y'all in separate patrol units?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What did you observe when you arrived to the scene visually?
Officer McFadden was detaining a potential suspect.
Okay. Do you recall what that potential suspect looked like?
He was wearing a yellow traffic vest.
A yellow vest. Okay. Is that all you recall about the person Officer McFadden was detaining?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What did you do when you arrived to the scene?
I went to go make contact with the complainant inside the bank.
Okay. And the complainant in this case is who you're referring to?
I don't know exactly who she was. She was just one of the bank tellers.
Okay, so she was a bank teller. Okay. What happened after you spoke to the bank tellers?
She pointed out the suspect, and then I walked to the suspect.
What is the visual description of the suspect that you were directed to?
He was in a yellow vest and a blue shirt.
A blue shirt. Okay. Do you recall the name of the individual you detained?
No, ma'am.
What was that? I'm sorry.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. Okay. Perfect. Your Honor, may I approach?
Yes.
Officer, I'm handing you what have been marked as States Exhibit 2 and 3. Can you please take a look at these? What are they?
Pictures of the suspect.
Do you recognize them?
Yes, ma'am.
How do you recognize them?
Just by the person that was detained.
Are they a fair and accurate depiction of the suspect you saw on March 7th, 2025?
Yes, ma'am.
To your knowledge, have they been altered or amended in any way?
No, ma'am.
Thank you. At this time, Your Honor, state would move to admit States Exhibits 2 and 3 tendering to defense for objection.
Objection.
All right, States Exhibits 2 and 3 are admitted without objection.
Permission to publish.
Granted.
Okay, so States Exhibit 2 is currently being published. Is this the individual you recall seeing on March 7th, 2025?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you see this individual in the courtroom today?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you please point to him and describe him based on an article of clothing?
The gray shirt with the plaid tie.
For the record, Officer Chavez has identified the defendant. So when you arrived to the scene, you stated you detained this individual, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Then what did you do?
I was consent to search his pockets and take everything out of his pockets, and then place him into the back of my police car.
Okay, and why did you do that?
To gather his items off of the hood.
Okay, at this time, was there an investigation going on?
Yes, ma'am.
What was that investigation for?
We had reasonable suspicion that he committed a crime of the fraudulent use of a check.
Okay, and are you familiar with the term handling officer?
Yes.
What is a handling officer?
Handling officer is the primary officer that continues the investigation.
Are you familiar with the term cover officer?
Yes, ma'am.
What is a cover officer?
Cover is a secondary to the officer. He just assists the primary.
Okay, and at every call, is there a handling and cover officer?
Typically, yes.
What determines which officer is a handling officer or cover officer?
Depends on whose district it is in.
Okay, so in this case, who was the handling officer?
Officer McFadden.
And which officer were you?
I was the cover.
So as the cover, what duties were you tasked with in this case?
Detaining the suspect and then Mirandizing the suspect.
Why did you Mirandize the suspect?
Because we were going to question the suspect on the investigation.
On March 7th, 2025, were you equipped with body-worn camera?
Yes, ma'am.
To your knowledge, was it operational?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, may I approach?
Yes.
Officer, I'm handing you what has been marked as States Exhibit 4. Do you recognize this?
Yes, ma'am.
What is it?
This is the body cam footage.
How do you recognize it?
We watched it earlier before the trial.
Other than to comply with the rules of evidence, has it been altered or amended in any way?
No.
Is it a fair and accurate depiction of March 7th, 2025?
Yes, ma'am.
At this time, Your Honor, state moves to admit what has been marked as States Exhibit 4.
Judge, at this time, I would object to the body camera being played. I think it's improper bolstering of the witness. The witness is here to testify. He's here to give his version of the events. I don't see why it's necessary to try to bolster his credibility and his credibility hasn't.
All right, that objection will be overruled. Any other objections?
No.
All right, then states exhibit number 4 is admitted.
Permission to publish, Your Honor?
Granted.
Now, officer, after you Mirandized the suspect in this case, what happened after that?
I just asked him a brief question on what was the call for.
Okay, and did he answer you?
Yes, sir.
Playing state's exhibit.
Where's your right? So now you know. It doesn't mean you're under arrest. It's giving you a warning. That's all it is. It's your warning. Before you ask any questions, it's my duty as a police officer to advise you of your rights and to warn you of the consequences of waiving these rights. You have the right to remain silent. You don't have to make any statement or written any statement that you make will be used in evidence against you in court of law or at your. You have a right to have a lawyer present to advise you before and during. And by police officers or attorneys representing the city. You may have your own lawyer present, or if you're unable to employ a lawyer, the court will appoint a lawyer for you free of charge now or any other time. If you decide to talk with anyone, you can stop talking to them anytime you want. The above rights are continuing rights which can be urged when you make any stage of the proceedings. You understand these rights? Yes. So, what's going on? No.
No, I'm not over here. Was it yesterday that you do smart fireworks this guy and taking it, they take over the check, I guess it's a bad check, I don't know.
Okay, so you were doing it for a guy,
Yeah,
you wrote your check.
so I mean, second time I come over to cash it because,
So you already tried cash on this check, and it bounced?
no, they just took it, they never give me any cash for it.
And when was this?
Today. No,
Like earlier today? Oh, right now. I think you said this is the second time you tried cash.
so yesterday I came, they cashed it, no problem, and then they got paid me again today, and I got cashed it. They're on.
And then so you know anything?
They just- No, they said, they wouldn't move, wait. So,
Sounds like you know.
no,
Alright, so you can't cash a check,
right, I got paid for it,
right?
started working, doing on this concrete work, so. That's it, I mean,
And so-
I'm bringing it up, don't feel like that.
So when you give it to them, they just didn't give it back, they didn't give any explanation?
No, she's like, no, how she said.
Okay.
Causing state's exhibit. In your interaction with Mr. Perez, what was his demeanor like?
He was calm, seemed confused.
Was he courteous?
Yes,
Was he polite?
yes,
Okay. Is it in your training and experience, is it always that suspects are calm and polite?
no.
No. At this time, whose patrol unit was he in?
Mine,
At any time did he at any time did he leave your patrol unit?
no.
At no point in your interaction he left your patrol unit?
Not during my interaction, but when Officer McFadden takes over,
When did Officer McFadden take over?
slightly after.
Why did he take over?
He's the primary officer.
Okay. So at what point did you, I guess, take a back seat to Officer McFadden being the cover or the handling officer?
Just after I got his initial statement, I went and briefed Officer McFadden on what I did and what the suspect said.
Okay. And then what happened?
And then Officer McFadden took over from there.
And then what did you do?
I stood by until I was no longer needed on scene.
Okay, and then after you were no longer needed, what happened? With you, what did you do?
I
guess is
cleared
the
and went to
question.
more calls.
What does it mean to be cleared?
When you clear as cover, so you're no longer on that call, you 10-8, and then you go back into service.
Okay. I pass the witness, Your Honor.
Defense?
Yes, good afternoon.
After
You don't know my client?
I didn't know it's Perez, his last name.
Now you know. She asked you didn't know his name.
Not at the time.
You don't think it's important to know his name?
I deal with lots of people and I forget names.
Upon making contact with my client, the first thing you did was put him in the handcuff.
Yes, sir.
You didn't get any version of the events from him before putting him in the handcuff.
No, sir.
But he wasn't technically under arrest at that point.
He was detained.
But he wasn't free.
No,
If he would have said, "I'm gonna leave," you wouldn't have let him.
no, sir.
You had already made a decision about his guilt before you even talked, correct?
No, sir.
To be clear, you never saw Carlos Perez in session.
No.
You showed up after the fact.
Yes, sir.
Before you put him into cuffs, you hadn't looked into the check in question at all.
No, sir.
You hadn't talked to any of the bank employees about it.
Not about the check.
The only thing that you said that they did is they pointed him out.
Yes, sir.
Before you put him into cuffs, you hadn't reviewed the bank surveillance video and determined his demeanor through all of it.
No, sir.
When you have suspects come into the SAPD headquarters who come in for questioning, you generally don't put them in cuffs.
Yes, sir. We do.
Not all the time.
Suspects, yes.
Suspects. So you mean people that you've already made a judgment?
That are reasonable suspicion that they committed a crime, yes.
Carlos never showed any propensity to run or evade or resist.
Not when I was on scene,
So why did you need to put him in cuffs then?
because he was currently our primary suspect.
He was your primary suspect, but you hadn't seen any evidence at all.
No.
Whenever you made contact with Carlos, he told you that Officer McFadden was very physically aggressive with him, shook him up, right?
I believe so.
And you told him that's just what some officer styles are.
Yes,
Is it fair to say sometimes that an officer gets aggressive with somebody that it might make them kind of timid or scared to talk?
possibly.
You said that he seemed genuinely surprised.
He seemed confused, yes.
Once you do put him in the cuffs, and after you Mirandize, talk to him from 4:55 p.m. to 4:57 p.m. to get his version.
Yes,
So you take 2 full minutes to get his sounds.
that's just from a cover standpoint. It's a basic knowledge of what his side of the story was saying.
Did you do anything at that point? Or verify or discredit the
No, sir.
Was there anything he told you at that point that wasn't possible?
No, sir.
He told you that he had cashed a check the day before, successfully cashed a check.
Yes.
At any point, did you look into the first check that was cashed?
No, sir.
Would you agree that Carlos seemed like someone that was very, had a lot of anxiety about the situation?
Possible.
And that's just how he is?
Possible.
Thank you, Constance.
Officer, based on your training and experience, why do officers detain suspects upon arriving to a scene?
We don't know what kind of weapons they have. They could have pocket knives or small, officer safety and public safety.
Are there instances where no weapons are found but suspects are still detained?
Yes,
Are there, based on your training and experience, times when you don't detain suspects?
yes.
Okay. What are some examples of when that might be?
When we're still investigating, we're not unsure of who the primary suspect is. We'll separate the parties.
Okay, so generally speaking, when dispatched to a call prior to your arrival, do you receive any information about the call?
Basic information
How do you receive that basic information?
through the computer system.
In this case, did you observe a check?
No,
No. Who, did anybody in this case observe a check to your knowledge?
Officer McFadden.
Yeah, okay. No further questions, Your Honor, I pass the witness.
Yes. You said that sometimes you don't put potential people, suspects in cuffs when you're not sure who the primary suspect is, correct?
Yes, sir.
But Carlos was actually the second person that was put in cuffs that day, correct?
I believe so.
So isn't that by definition saying that you guys didn't even know who the primary suspect was?
We just had a general description, and Officer McFadden saw the other individual that was placed in the cuffs, and on the notes it says that the suspect was attempting to leave.
Thank you.
No further questions, Your Honor.
All right, is this witness excused?